Hello, everyone. Welcome to meditation class. I'm excited. Today is day 23 of the Activate Challenge, meditation challenge. So I'm pretty sad because apparently yesterday's meditation, there was some kind of weird glitch or something. So when I went to look back at the video, all the sound is just like white noise. You can't hear anything that I'm saying. So that was kind of like disappointing that that video got messed up. But we're just going to leave it up. It was an energy healing meditation. So if you want, you can take that video as like I guess a little bit of a homework for you to do like a silent meditation and just put it on in the background as like kind of accountability for yourself as a meditation day, um, day 22, and just use it for the length of how long that video is, and just have it up as accountability for yourself. And you could do a silent meditation, or you could stretch or paint or draw or something like that. um so I'm just going to leave the video up as a placeholder for you to do that meditation on your own space. But yeah, I was annoyed with that. So today I'm putting on these headphones, so I'm hoping that they um will be better, I think, because the other ones had Bluetooth. I think somehow maybe they linked to my computer, some kind of glitch, because I was trying to upload 2 videos at once, and it's never good with technology when you try to do that. So anyway, my apologies. I don't know what happened, but I guess that meditation was just not meant to, the word, whatever I was talking about was not meant to be helpful or something. Maybe it just wasn't up to par, and the universe just took the sound out of that one. I don't know. But anyway, we're here tonight. I'm hoping that there won't be any more sound glitches. If anyone, yeah, hopefully you can hear me. And yeah, we're gonna get started. So tonight we're gonna be doing kind of like a cleansing meditation, a clearing meditation. It's gonna be like, my guide showed it to me almost as like closing doors within ourselves. So we're going to be doing a little bit of a visualization, and along with that, some energy clearing. So we're going to be bringing in some energy healing to kind of help ourselves shift, um, I guess, certain patterns in our energy. So we're going to be looking at the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and kind of asking to reveal emotional or physical patterns that would be helpful for us to dismantle within ourselves, breaking patterns. And that could be something like a daily habit type of thing, but it could also be more like an emotional or a mental block, or it's going to be different for everyone. But they were saying this is like an exercise that you could do before bed, on a regular basis. So it's so, like I said at one point during the challenge, when I was talking about the energy centers, like, and sometimes they're stagnant, sometimes they're flowing slowly. And I just want to remind people again, like, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it's going to shift and change, and it's always shifting and changing. So in the morning, you might feel one way, in the afternoon, you might feel another. So the same goes for our energy body, and the same goes for kind of like these patterns. Like, they can always come back to us, but it's learning how to, yeah, rewire our behaviors. Like, what we once did doesn't necessarily have to be what we always will do. So this is kind of, they say, an exercise in closing doors within ourselves that no longer need to be there. And then at the same time, we're opening up windows. So that's just a metaphor for what we're doing. We're clearing energy out and we're bringing energy in. That's what we're going to be doing from a spiritual perspective. But as far as a meditation goes, we're going to be focusing on the idea of closing doors and opening windows. That's what we're going to be using for the visualization. So I'm just going to be like describing a couple of images to you, and we're going to go through again, the mental body, the emotional body, physical body, and energy, spiritual body. And for this exercise, if you guys want to get your journal, because you might have things that you want to write down, I encourage everyone to do so. For this, we're going to start with just like this short cleansing exercise, door closing ritual. I'm not sure what we're going to call this meditation yet, but we'll start with this. This is going to be about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we'll go into a short energy clearing, where we'll just be in silence. And for that, you can have music or something in the background if you'd like. If you'd like to get your journal, for the first part, we'll be seated upwards, feet flat on the floor, and have your journal accessible, anything that you can write stuff down on. And then for the energy clearing portion, you're going to be lying down. So this whole thing is going to be about 20-25 minutes. And I'll give everyone about a minute to get settled. And then I'll just begin describing to you guys the exercise. And if you, again, want to have music in the background, so when we go into the silence, you have like some relaxing music, go ahead. But other than that, you can have the silence, which is sometimes really good. And I'm going to drink my water, my sparkling water. And we'll start in about 30 seconds. I feel like you could probably hear the bubbling of this on the microphone. But okay. So for this exercise, we're going to begin seated upwards, like I said, feet flat on the ground, spine up straight, hands on the top of your legs or wherever is most comfortable to rest your hands, palms facing down on your body. So your palms are like touching your skin or your clothing. So while we go through this exercise, you're going to imagine that as your hands are touching your body, that there's like a warm, flowing energy floating out of your hands. So you can imagine it like heat or like light just shining out of your palms. And it's just going to flow into your body. So you can just try to visualize that or feel, sense, imagine it in your body. That the energy is flowing out of your hands and flowing into your physical body. And you can feel some kind of like sensation. So focusing on any kind of sensation, like what does it feel like when my thumb is touching against my leg, my fingers? The edges of your hands. Just really focusing on the details, like if you were to be describing in minute detail to someone what your hands felt like, what words would you use to describe it? If you were writing some kind of essay like about how your hands feel right now, what kind of adjectives, what would you use to describe? Well, just to hear a moment before we begin the practice. For some of you might feel like a pulsing in your hands or tingling or even icy kind of cool sensations. And some of you might not notice much, and that is perfectly fine because this is a practice and we build upon it. And everyone perceives differently, as we've talked about throughout the challenge. So for some of you, the feeling part of this might be easier. And for some of you, the seeing part might be easier. So in our mind's eye, we're going to begin to visualize a few images, specifically doors and windows. The doors and windows are going to represent our different bodies, our emotions, our mind, our physical body, and our spiritual body, our energy, our aura. So I'm going to have you guys focus on the questions that I'm going to ask you. And then at the same time, you're going to be visualizing the image of the door. The door is going to be opening, and then you're going to be imagining closing the door. So I'm just giving you guys a kind of a heads up, but I will be walking you through the whole experience. So no stress. So we're going to begin with the physical body. So imagining in your mind's eye, standing in front of a door and seeing how much of this door you can begin to picture. Perhaps there's a doorknob, or it twists. Maybe you push the door to open it. Just really beginning to see any detail. If you were standing in front of a door, what would it look like to you? Any textures, materials, wood, marble, glass. What is the door made out of? Imagine standing in front of this door. How far away are you from the door? Is the door open? Is it closed? Is it halfway open? Would you imagine yourself touching it or opening it? Approaching or getting closer? Or do you feel at a distance, like you can't connect? Maybe you feel like there's something stuck in the doorway. Like you can't open it all the way. The door's jammed a little bit. Just noticing anything about this door in particular. And this door represents our physical body. Just showing you any information about your body. For you to understand in this moment, even if it is fleeting. And if you notice anything in the doorway or anything that's stopping the free flowing of this door from being able to open and close on its own, Imagine clearing that energy out, picking up any objects, pushing anything out of the way. Somehow you just know how to fix this door. And maybe the door already moves perfect just on its own. And if so, all you can do is just relax here. Imagine yourself walking through that doorway and closing it behind you. And in front of you is a small window. Imagine yourself opening it up, allowing the breeze and the wind to come into the space and cleanse the energy. Imagine the fresh air flowing in through that window is cleansing and clearing any energy stagnant in the physical body, any energy that is ready to move or shift more fluidly. And you don't need to do anything. You just need to imagine that energy flowing into the window. And it feels just like a cool breeze, icy breeze from a cool night. I'll just stay here a moment. I'm moving now to a new image in your mind. A different doorway now. We can do the same exercise. Imagine this door and begin to observe what it looks like, what it feels like, how it moves. And we'll stay here a moment as you begin to observe this door. And this door is representing our mental body. Allow yourself to tune into this doorway. And again, going through the same process, beginning to imagine yourself making it possible for that door to move and shift on its own with no blocks, no energy in the way. Imagine clearing this doorway. Once you feel you have completely cleared the energy and the space, imagine walking through this door and shutting it behind you. And it doesn't feel like you left anything behind. It feels like you're ready to move on. Giving thanks to the mental body as we move to a new doorway. But first, we imagine opening up a window next to the mental body doorway and inviting that fresh air to flow into the mental body. This is representing our energy that we are bringing in to clear and cleanse the mental body. Imagine this icy cool air, night air, flowing in from the tiny window, the crack in the window. You open it up wider, allowing the energy and the air to flow through, clearing the mental body. We'll stay here for a few moments. Imagining now turning to the next doorway and going through the same process. Beginning to imagine the doorway, really truly picturing it, feeling it, sensing it, knowing it. This is the doorway of our emotional body. And just noticing if there's anywhere that is holding the door back from moving on its own without any obstructions. And if you begin to notice any obstructions, visualizing yourself moving them out of the doorway of your emotional body. So you may begin to visualize that doorway moving back and forth without anything in the way. Once you've done that, imagine walking through the doorway of the emotional body and closing it behind you. Going through that same process, noticing the window next to the doorway and opening it up for clarity, opening it up for clarification and understanding, and for cleansing and clearing the energy of the emotional body. Anything we moved or shifted, we ask this air, this night air represented by the window, to clear the energy space of the emotional body. Stay here for a few moments, feeling that energy flow and clear and cleanse and shift the energy of the emotional body. And arriving now at the final doorway, and knowing that these are doors that you can connect with at any point to access and understand more about your different bodies and what they are asking for, what they need, what they require, and how you can all work together. But arriving now at the doorway of the spiritual body, the aura, the energy body. So taking a few minutes to do the same process, imagining the doorway, cleansing and clearing the space. And when you're ready, you can walk through and open that window as the energy floats into the room, clearing the energy of the spiritual body. We'll stay here about 2 minutes for you guys to do this entire spiritual body experience at your own pace. So going through that same process that we just did. And when you feel complete, in about 2 minutes, I'll ask you guys to lie down and we'll just bring in some healing energy to just kind of acclimate our body back into physical reality. When you feel complete, and all the doorways are closed and the windows are open, allowing the energy to flow freely throughout the body. Imagine lying down and getting so comfortable. Imagine yourself lying on a wooden floor. You feel the energy of the tree and the earth. You feel safe and comfortable. And in your real body, in real life, if you haven't already, you can lie down, get comfortable. I'm going to stay here about 5 minutes. And again, just asking this energy, healing Reiki energy, cosmic energy, to bring and assist us in this clearing tonight, to bring us energy and light. And again, yeah, we'll stay here about 5 minutes. And if you get distracted or if you feel antsy, if you feel I'm ready to be done meditating, just focus on your breath. Count your breath in your mind and focus on the numbers. That will give you a little bit of something to focus on. And then, yeah, just relaxing into your experience. And I'll let you guys know when we are finished. And just beginning to take a few deep breaths, breathing in through the mouth and exhale out. Oh, breathing in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. Continuing with your own experience as long as you feel. If you want, you can just begin to drift off to sleep if that is right for you, if you're doing this right before bed. And again, this is an exercise you could do before bed at any time or any day. Imagining the different doorways and closing them. And just kind of closing any portals, any energies, any cords, calling all your energy back to you, calling my energy back to me. And any energy that we move or shifted in this practice today, we ask to be released into the light or buried deep into the earth to be recycled, renewed, to become usable energy. We give love and thanks to our guides and any other spirit team that is supporting us through our meditation practices. And again, calling your energy back to you, sending your energy back into your body. And allow this one to kind of just simmer. So if you like writing down stuff about your experience, but otherwise, I just would just stay with your eyes closed for a while. And when you feel ready, open them and just shut the computer. And I will see you guys in the next practice because I think you should just drift off and relax. That one got me deep. I'm super relaxed. I hope that was interesting and helpful for you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow for our 24th practice, December 24th in real time, Christmas Eve. So we'll be doing something fun and special. And again, yeah, I'm sorry about the last meditation, but if you want to use that time as a placeholder and just do a silent meditation, I encourage. So anyway, thank you. Good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.